has not been the best for families who had their children serving in the southwest region under the Cameroon's Defense and Security Forces. It is a weekend that left many families asking one question: when will the conflict in the northwest and southwest region officially come to an end, such that their children, be it those at the level of the defense and security forces who are charged to maintain law and order and to protect the territorial integrity of our nation, are safe, and the other side of the coin, where some civilians, the families of some civilians whose children are caught across the crossfire, who occasionally do mourn their children, always ask the same question: when will this end, such that our children will not become collateral damage to the belligerent? To some families who are their stubborn children, or who are their children who had refused to quit the Ambazonian forces, or who had refused to quit from the separatist camp, they're also asking the question: when will this end, such that they can actually live in peace? Across Menchum Division, Momo Division, Ginicom, across Meme Division, Fako Division, across also in Akwaya Division, where you move down to Manyeme, and you move right up to Sanakati, and you move to Angboku German, and you ask one simple question: what are your urgent needs? The people will tell you it is peace that we need. Because since 2017, 1st October 2017, right up till date, the crisis of the northwest and southwest region has been claiming lives and lives and lives, be it those within the military, those within the core of the separatist movement, and the civilians who are also caught within the crossfire. On Friday, it was a bitter experience for many families, as in Malende, a locality in Fako Division, in Moyoka Subdivision, in the southwest region of Cameroon, where an improvised explosive device was used, and over 7 Cameroonian soldiers died on the spot with their vehicles shredded. And one of those who actually survived was rushed to the hospital. It is alleged that he died yesterday, bringing the figures to 8. And a video purportedly circulating on social media shows that the responsibility of that act is on those who are advocating for what they consider as a separation. However, Cameroon's government has been clear that measures have been taken to maintain peace and stability in the southwest and the northwest region of Cameroon. In also that same division, Fako Division, on Saturday, a gendarme officer was killed in Wututu, this time in Boya's subdivision. With all these in mind, it brings the figure to 9 who has died within a very short period of time. And if you equate that, which also involves civilians across areas which some are reported, some are not reported, you ask one simple question: how effective was the Grand Measure National Dialogue, who then need to do more to ensure that total peace, or 90% of peace, is effectively restored in the restive region of the northwest and the southwest region of the country? The government has been clear that measures that need to be taken have been taken to ensure that peace return in the restive northwest and the southwest region of the country. To begin with, the 30th of September 2019, the government announced and organized the Grand Measure National Dialogue. That was on the 30th of September 2019. Rather, 30th of September 2019, the government organized the Grand Measure National Dialogue. Before then, the government also argues that in late 2016 December, there were 2 interministerial committees that was called, one in Bamenda, which was for the teachers, headed by Paul Gogomo. The other one was in Yaoundé for the lawyers to see into the problems. And the government argued that all the points put forward by teachers and the lawyers were actually accepted, and the government moved into action. But one point which was brought in was the issue of the form of the state, and the government negotiators were clear that when it comes to the form of the state, they did not have the mandate. The mandate was not on them, but they had a mandate to provide solutions for the professional demands relating to teaching and to the legal system. And that was why the government created the Bilingualism and Multiculturalism Commission. And that's why 1,000 bilingual science teachers were recruited. Don't ask me how and what does that mean. And that is also why the government also move in and redeploy teachers to their region of origin. At the level of the lawyers, the common law bench was created at the Supreme Court and also in NAM. And the government assured lawyers, common law lawyers, that they will see into their problems to make sure that it's resolved. The crisis did not end there. It further aggravated, and on 9th of January 2017, the first ghost town was called up, and by then the consortium, and by the 17th of January 2017, the government disbanded the consortium and had its leaders arrested. And of that time, the crisis now moved from frying pan to fire. That saw the 1st of October 2017 to become a bloodless battle until date we have been experiencing. Fast forward 2019, 30th of September, government talked about the Grand Measure National Dialogue and extended invitation to some separatist hardliners. Some of them refused to come under the banner that their security was not guaranteed because they wanted a neutral venue and also wanted that the arrest warrant that has been placed on them be removed by the Cameroon government. However, the government insisted that they were not going to be arrested. Rather, there was going to be an effective dialogue. The dialogue that ran all through right up to the 3rd or 4th of October 2019 brought in major resolution as to the special status that was accorded to the peace-loving people of the Northwest and Southwest region. And that also accelerated decentralization will be the focal point that will take powers from Yaoundé back to the common masses across Cameroon and also the Northwest and Southwest region. Did that end the crisis? It was a two-letter word, end. Oh no, the crisis did not end. It moved on and moved on and moved on. The government created a disarmament and demobilization center saying that okay, let us go and drop our weapons, and a reconstruction committee has been created to reconstruct the damaged structures of the Northwest and Southwest region, and that clemency needs to be granted. It was granted. Under that, some of the Anglophone civil society consortium leaders were released immediately before, that was also before the Grand Measure National Dialogue. You add all this in context, therefore, with several demands made, several concessions made left and right, the crisis has slowed down a bit in some areas. However, others remain effective. We are counting 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. 9 years plus counting. What needs to be done that has not been done? Which of these candidates will tell us how and what needs to be done? This is House of Commons with me, Tah Mai Javis. Happy Sunday to all those of you watching us from different parts of the world, especially those who are watching us on social media out of the country, those who are watching us also out of the country from the different platform, and those who also watch the YouTube channel of BT Media Group on My Media Prime. I want to seize this opportunity to wish you guys happy Sunday. We are on the eve of back to school, and also to parents who are preparing actively to send their kids to school. Happy Sunday. Courage to you. And we know that it is not easy. These days, you ask anybody that what is happening, they will tell you Ranches College is dealing with me. Even those who don't have children going to school, they hide under the banner of Ranches College. Master, it's Ranches College. Ranches College is not easy. So these are some of the things that are plagued Cameroon. And also we shall be looking at the effective resumption of back to school preparations that need to be done, as far as how prepared our parents, teachers and stakeholders for the effective resumption of the 2025-2026 academic year. But first, I want to seize this opportunity to wish happy birthday to you, Kuku, happy birthday to you, and may God continue to guide and protect you as you celebrated your birthday yesterday, Saturday, my dear friend Kuku. Many more years. I know you are not going through a lot. You are not going through a lot, and I know that we just can't understand. Happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to you, Mari Matzomo, who celebrated the birthday on Friday. Many more years to you. God should continue to guide and protect you, and wish you long life and prosperity. And to you, my friend Didi, whose mother celebrated the 60th anniversary, Mama will give you, and we pray that God should continue to guide and protect you. Happy birthday to you, and long life and prosperity to you, Mama, and that all which you seek and long for, may God continue to provide and protect your entire family at home and abroad. Happy birthday to you once again, and also may God protect your family. In the studio, we are joined by a cream of panelists with whom we are going to discuss on today's edition of our program. We shall be looking at these issues plaguing Cameroon. In the studio, we are joined by Mr. Asia Bertrand, who believe that the person who has a solution to resolve the crisis in Cameroon and who has the power to solve major issues of Cameroon, the person whom he says has integrity, loyalty, trusted, proven, the person who has the charisma and the tenacity to resolve the issue is Barrister Akere Muna. That is his candidate that he believes that will be able, when campaigns will be officially launched, he says he's going to campaign for him. Mr. Asia is also a teacher across several of our schools in Douala, and also someone that believes on the fact that we must do things objectively and respect that which we have agreed to do, and put humanity at the center of everything that we do. Mr. Asia, happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Javis. It's my pleasure that I'm part and parcel of House of Commons. I've always wanted to be part and parcel of this program. I want to say from your introduction something that we must mourn, because at times there is this saying that may the souls of the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. I begin to ask myself that after 9 years that we have been in crisis, when we talk of the crisis in the Northwest and the Southwest region, what is the way forward? I think when we start the debate, we are going to see that some of us, our views become important for us to say it is good we change another way, or bring in another person who maybe, to me, can meet the people one-on-one, and with the aspect of the same tongue, or maybe talking with the English language, or talking in the pidgin normal language, the people will hear, and the solutions to the Anglophone crisis will be, we will have solutions to it. So I want to thank you so very much, Mr. Javis. I hope we'll be up to the task with my shoe fighter is the other way. I know you are the one that you are supposed to introduce. But we are here to tell Cameroonians or contribute our own quota so that peace can reign in the Northwest and Southwest of Cameroon. Thank you.
Those of you watching us on social media, Bishop Tumenta watching us from Virginia, USA. Happy Sunday to you. Also, watching from Bamenda Ngwa watching from Bamenda, happy Sunday to you. And Piccolo Dazi, happy Sunday to you. And Noho Robinson, happy Sunday to you, watching us on Facebook. And all those of you watching us on Facebook, we want to say happy Sunday to you guys. And those names that we have also not mentioned, I want to wish all of you happy Sunday. I know there are a lot of people watching us. Unfortunately, I can't see the names to wish you special happy Sunday. In the studio, we have been joined by a very strong force who is in the civil society, those who believe that Cameroonians must be protected, and that the laws that are made should be able to serve the interests of the common man and put the nation interest first, rather than focusing on self-interest and looking at also issues that will not only glorify the privileged few, but make sure that those who are within the villages have adequate electricity, have portable drinking water, roads well constructed, and that resources should be redistributed to the areas of need. Surefire Waters is here with us. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Javis. Thank those who are sitting in front of the TV this afternoon to see how things related to our local society, or things that we can do or the government can do, and the civil society in general, to please them and to make life more fostered ahead. You that you are sitting, you that you are watching us in different areas, maybe through the phone or through Google or through the TV directly, we would like to say that let your will or what you feel to do or what you can contribute, put your hands together. Let us see how the civil society will be more better. Thank you so much, sir. It's really a pleasure for me being in this program this afternoon.
And of course, it's your first time. I want to wish you a special welcome to the panel and House of Commons, and we hope that you have come to stay with us as we navigate issues of interest across our nation. And in this, we are also going to be having Nick Anu, who is also caught in traffic. And you know, these days it's all about the bad route. As many will say that it's the bad route, the bad route, the bad route. And when school will resume, students will also tell their teachers, "Monsieur, tu connais que la route est mauvaise or routes are bad. That's why we are coming late." And I want to wish you happy Sunday to Tamontin Robinson. No, happy Sunday to you watching us on social media. I want to begin the program with you, Mr. Asia. We are looking at the fact that families have had their children once again falling down, and this is like a chemical reaction. When we say chemical reaction, it is not reversible. Lives are not reversible. It's not like a physical reaction which are reversible. This one, in this light, the attack in Malende and the killing of the gendarme officer in Wututu, what does this bring to the table as far as the Anglophone crisis is concerned? At the time, many thought the crisis has ended.
You see, Javis, when we look critically at the Anglophone crisis, it has been for 9 years, meaning that a child that was put to bed is 9 years old today. And you see, the government, we want to thank the government because the government has done a lot. We have gotten the major dialogue, national dialogue that was called up, the consulting, all those things that you mentioned in your introduction. And we still see that the crisis, to an extent, is not actually going down. So I begin to ask myself and ask Cameroonians, what should be the way forward that the Northwest and Southwest regions can regain that peace that used to be? Can be what you go and feel free. Because let me tell you, Mr. Javis, if you go now into some of the places, you yourself, you feel insecure. The level of insecurity within some of the interior parts of the Northwest and Southwest regions of Cameroon is a call for concern. And the government is doing all to see that peace can reign. We want to appreciate that. We want to actually say the government is doing much. But much still has to be done. Because if we are doing much and the results are not coming out as expected, it means that there is something that needs to be touched by the government. And I know very well with the government intelligence, there are things that the government knows very well that if we touch this particular aspect, the people of the Northwest and Southwest are going to say, okay, enough it is there. No, because when we see people are dying, when they say soldiers are dying, these very soldiers, some of them are from our parents in the Northwest and Southwest region. Because when they talk of soldiers, it's not like people that are out of the country that have come to maybe defend our country from another country. No, it is our brothers and sisters that are dying on both sides. I begin to ask myself, why should we, the same father, have two children and those two children are fighting and the father would not say, my son, the two of you should come and sit on a table. Let us talk things out and peace to reign. For me, I think the government has the knife and the yam. The government has all it takes for peace to reign in the Northwest and Southwest region. So I still say the government, you are the one that you can bring everything into order, and those people that are concerned should be called up to see that peace reign in the Northwest and Southwest regions of Cameroon. Because when I look, 8 soldiers plus 1 gendarme, that is, it's a whole generation that is lost.
And some of them were young.
Some of them very young people that still had life, that had their families had spent money to send them in these places, and maybe their families were counting on them that they are going to change the life of of their children tomorrow. Now, where is the family? Where are they found? They are found in a deep, how can I call it, a deep sorrow that they will not want to even forget, or they will not want to even think about sending their children again in, maybe to be in the forces, in the military, or in the gendarmerie, or what have you. If you want to see it, Mr. Javis, you see that there is a skeptical thinking in many parents now, that I cannot send my child again to defend the nation. Meanwhile, in those days, it was something very laudable that you want to serve your nation as a patriot, you want to be a gendarme, or you want to be a military man. So it is a call for concern that this life that we are losing, they are Cameroonians, and we must acknowledge that they are Cameroonians, and we as one people, as one family, must say no and no. Let us bring peace to the northwest and southwest region of Cameroon.
Okay, thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you too. This one says happy Sunday, Javis and Co. Okay, thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you. Those of you who are watching us, some of you have started sending in your messages. This other one reads happy Sunday to you. Amazing program. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you. John Harrison says that Harrison Dambi from Kumba. Happy Sunday to you. And those of you also trying to contribute, want to wish you also happy Sunday to you. This one says, I think that the crisis, much need to be done to resolve the crisis because people are dying. Ene Allen, watching from UAE, United Arab Emirates. Yevensin a Benki watching from Guti. Happy Sunday to you. All those of you watching on social media, happy Sunday to you. Mr. Shofai, the crisis is 9 years now, and so just this happens to be the bloodiest weekend within a long time. When this happened, what came to your mind?
Thank you, Mr. Javis. I wish to say that let the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. It has not been an easy thing in this our country for two reasons. It is not 9 years. It is not 9 months. It is not 9 weeks. It is 9 good years, and things are still in a horrible manner. So I love to say that when we are in war, there are many things that we lost, like lives that we've just recently got these few days, loss of property, lots of things related to things that could help us to grow at the level of humanitarian. And the worst is that it has stagnated our economy. There is no growth. There is no growth. The houses that were built, they are being destroyed. Roads that were constructed, they have been destroyed. The ones that were supposed to be constructed, they are held to stand still. There are a lot of things that are not moving because of one thing or the other, caused as a result of this crisis. We started by saying it was crisis, but now we see it is really war. Why do we say that it's really war? It's because we see a lot of killing. Killing has been going on in several ways, in several domains. You see somebody killing a brother, you see somebody killing a relative, you see somebody collecting property from other areas that is not supposed to, just because of the crisis. I really want to say that, Mr. Javis, it has not been very, very easy in the economy of the southwest and the northwest, and in Cameroon in general, because we say in the dialect that when the eye is hot or when the eye is under pain, we're going to have other parts of the body under pain. So to me, I really see that it is a call for concern, and that we should come to something harmonious to put an end to all of these things, because without this, a lot of things are going to happen and more will not be developed.
Thank you very much, Shofai. I remember you. I have let us when you look at this issue, the fact that we are counting 9 years, where have been the strength and the failures?
Thank you, sir. I would love to say that I begin with the strength. The strength is at the level of the government struggling to do one or two things to protect and preserve peace in these regions. That's the strength of it. The second strength is that the government on its own side is struggling to put on many other measures, like the national dialogue that we had, the special status that we had,
the recruitment of teachers,
and the recruitment of teachers, and other people, other small things that we can maybe not say here, that and projects that the government is having to develop in these two different regions. That is the strength that I'm seeing, that the government is doing something. But to a lesser extent, I have the weaknesses of it, because sometimes you tend to see the government is listening to government is not creating more dialogue forums or conferences to even talk to these boys. Apart from putting on this
DDR center,
disarmament centers, there are a lot that the government have not done.
Okay.
Government have abandoned development because you consider that, okay, we develop a road for 2-3 years, you people come and destroy the road. So those are some of the weaknesses. And another weakness that is really promising and everybody is seeing is the level at which the government and some officials, they don't want the war to end in different ways, because there are things that if they decide that it should happen, it will happen. But some people,
like some people are benefiting.
People are benefiting. I cannot say the government is benefiting. I say government officials are benefiting. Some individuals are benefiting. All these things put together, they are the things that brings my weakness.
Okay. Nick Anu, thanks for joining us. This is the first time you are joining us in the capacity of a married man. It's been a long time. Happy Sunday, and thanks for joining us.
Happy Sunday to you, Mr. Javis. Happy Sunday to my co-panelists, and thanks for having me here after some months of not being here.
Now, Nick, when we look at the situation, this is the first time within a long time that we're having this kind of attack. When many thought the Southwest region was relatively peaceful, what came to your mind where you had the attack in Malende and another Janam was killed the next day in Wututu?
Yeah, what came to my mind was just a kind of pain to see lives being lost, because these soldiers going out to do their normal patrol, their mission was not that they will go and die, and we should not just first of all look at them as soldiers. They are first of all brothers and sisters and children of some people. We should first of all look at it from a kind of the humanitarian point of view, that nobody deserves to die or die carelessly or die because of a situation that can be resolved around the table. We can always say condolences. We can always send condolences to the bereaved families, and we can always still be asking questions that for how long will these things be happening. It was a kind of surprise to me, because we've not really seen this kind of magnitude of attack or loss in some years. I think the last time we saw this kind of attack was in, I think, in DOP, around when the supposed NOPT was attacked a military convoy. And I think that this kind of attack is kind of similar to that one. Since then, we've not seen soldiers being lost in this manner, and we don't actually know. I think they are carrying out their investigation to know exactly what led to this magnitude of killing, whether there were some kind of compromises and so on and so forth. But we know they are doing their job, and we can only plead that innocent people should not be dragged into it. And we are also pleading on the government, as we have been saying in this studio for the past years, that they should continue with the process of dialogue in a multi-level way. Dialogue is something that is not supposed to just be a one-day something. It's supposed to be continuous. The more you dialogue, the more you look at different ways of solving a particular problem. And from the look of things, it is as if this crisis is far from coming to an end, something we don't pray for. our wish is that the crisis should come to an end as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Daniel watching from Boya. Greetings to you and your debate crew on board. The electricity crisis in Boya will not allow us follow the program smoothly. We have been in darkness for more than 2 months at Mayor Street. May God show mercy on us. This other right is good morning, Mrs. Javis and honorable members. That is a great program. Please, we really have to make a change this year by voting for who we think will make change. We are watching you guys live in Yaoundé. I am Prince Liu watching us live in Yaoundé. This other one says happy Sunday to you guys in the studio. It's quite sad to see the families of children being killed recklessly in a war that could have been resolved on the table. Why the politicians are reluctant to resolve the war? Because some of them are benefiting fat from it. The common man is having their children killed. These are children of Cameroon, and these are people who could have lived if better decisions were taken. At the same time, I call on Cameroonians to turn out massively to vote for the October 2025 presidential election, because we need to kick these people out who have failed to resolve the crisis. This should be our time. Let us not complain and be saying rest in peace, whereas we have not yet had a voter's card. If we have had a voter's card, let the pain of those killed be enough energy for us to go and vote at the ballot. This is Noel writing from Bamenda. This other one, Run right, it says happy Sunday, Javis and crew. I learned 7 soldiers died and 1 wounded, taken to Yaoundé for questioning. How long shall we say may their soul rest in peace? They will say things are under control. In fact, I am confused, sir. Thank you very much. Now, looking at all these issues you talked about, we are 9 years, and we are in the heart of a presidential election, and this is happening. Does this mean, is this a message to the candidate that whoever needs to be president has to put the crisis as #1 priority?
I think, Mr. Javis, if you want to look at the manifestos of all the candidates, they have mentioned this crisis, including
the one seeking re-election.
Yes. So you see, it becomes it's like you have a rain boot and there is a piece of stone that has entered inside, and therefore if you don't remove it, you will not feel comfortable. So this crisis is a call for concern. All of them are saying, if I come to office, some people have even said I have 100 days, that after 100 days you are going to evaluate what I have done. And the first issue that most of them are saying is the Anglophone crisis. So it becomes so vital that one of the things that the person that is coming in to be the next president, the person should know that the first thing he has on the table that will make Cameroonians comfortable with him is that there is peace in the northwest and southwest of Cameroon. So those who are clamoring to come in as presidents, we know it's not going to be easy, but like the person from Bamenda is saying, it becomes high time for us to know that those of us, because I used to tell people that we cannot be talking of elections and then you come out and you are talking about election when you don't have a voter's card. Therefore, you contribute nothing when it comes to change in Cameroon. Therefore, you accept everything that will come out. So the only yardstick or the only weapon we have, it is our voter's card. So it becomes a time that those who are coming in, they should know that Cameroonians, somebody talk of electricity, is no more news in Cameroon. Somebody talk about bad road, it's no more news in Cameroon, because there are things that we are seeing every day. But what is news, is making news, is when our brothers and sisters are dying. Like the other day, we saw how a 9-year-old girl died because there was an attack in Bamenda, in a meeting house, and that child died because of a stray bullet. So my brother said something here that it should not involve innocent people. No, during war, innocent souls suffer, because we always say that when 2 elephants are fighting, I'm seeing that it is 2 elephants that are fighting here. It is the grass that suffer. Look at the economic, social a level of those people of the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Many of them, they don't live up to the standard that they were living because of this crisis. If we see the economy has gone down very seriously, the economy of the country as a whole, because of the northwest and southwest region. Sonarada was destroyed. Right up to date has not been reconstructed. It's also playing on the government of Cameroon. So the candidate that is coming in, Mr. Javis, I know there is no candidate that the manifesto has not shown that the Anglophone crisis will not be a call for concern. So those of us that are watching this program, Cameroonians, elections are coming. It is time for us to say, are we going to continue with the crisis, or we are going to bring an end to the crisis?
Okay, now, so far, all these candidates, including the incumbent, are talking about the crisis.
Yeah, Mr. James, I discovered it's a kind of, I don't know whether it is, let me put it, something I don't understand, because every candidate who has been called or has been inside the list of the 13 candidates ready for the for October election, everybody is talking about the crisis. I ask myself, even the old people that were there, they keep on talking about crisis. Is it that the crisis is a new crisis, or the crisis are going to take a new standard or a new way to resolve it? But what I know is that war is not a very bad thing. War destroys. I've never seen where war builds. So to me, if everybody is talking about crisis, it means that they have discovered there is something, there is a problem wrong somewhere that needs to be corrected.
Okay.
And for us to correct this thing, let us obey what we the electoral procedures. Electoral procedures, we first of all need to be in possession of our voters' cards and the rest. But the question is a question. And like this and many others are crying the quarter. We have not had the electoral cards.
Yeah, Elecam has announced that those who actually registered with their polling station, if you know your polling station, voters card will be provided 2 weeks before the voting day. And also, even if they are not provided 2 weeks before the voting day, voters card will be sent to the polling unit or polling station, such that if you go with your receipt, your name will be on the board, even if you don't have the voters card, as long as you registered, because Elecam has officially published the list of voters, which you can go on the website to check your name is there. Now, if you are voting, let's say PS Ekondo Titi, and you registered and your voters card has not come, what you need to do as a Cameroonian is that on the day of voting, if within the 2 weeks to election your voters card has still not come, go to the polling unit PS Ekondo Titi, your name will be on the board and the list published. Now go with your ID card. As your name is on the list published, your voters card will be there waiting for you. So they will give you your voters card and you take and enter to the booth to vote for the choice candidate.
But sir, are you not seeing that this is a very long process?
Yeah, it is a long process.
Because it's a long process, because it's not, we have not, the issue of election is not something today. There are things that it has been planned for years. We even know the next election that is going to be in so and so years. So these things, I really feel that it's like, to me, a failure, because not everybody will be able to have that procedure, that patience to go to the polling station, look for his name, and start going deep to check on the ID.
No, the issue is as long as you go to vote, the list is published.
Yes.
For your polling station, because even if you have your voters card, you still need to go back and check your name on the list. As long as you check your name on the list, they will just give you a voters card, you enter and vote.
Okay.
But the danger is having people's voters card there, especially those who will not be there. The danger may be
those will not be
the manipulation.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's
especially
very
those that will not be there, and those that left.
Or those who died before the election.
You understand? I mean,
people can do funny things with the voter card of people who are not there. So Elecam should try as much as possible to give people's voters card before the day of election, so that you take your voters card, you will be the one to decide whether to go and vote or not. not having your voter's card at the polling station is very dangerous.
So that's why there are election observers too now. That's why parties are supposed to send up election observers. I'm sure Mr. Eza, you observe election. You know that you cannot just come and vote without the election observers also checking, eh?
You see, I want to say Elekam is doing much, is doing quite a lot. The other day I watched on one TV station that some Elekam was calling on Cameroonians to come and collect their voter's card. I think you cannot go and register, then you don't go and collect it. It's some sort of, I don't understand. But when it comes to elections in Cameroon, I know in any polling station, we have election observers. We have first from Elekam, we have second from the government, and the parties representatives that are always there. So when we talk about manipulations, I don't really know how they can take place, but I think Elekam is trying to see how Cameroonians can actually participate in these coming elections, and therefore that is why they are saying that even if you have abandoned it, we are trying to look for a way that you will actually participate. Don't hold Elekam responsible that I did not vote because I was not having a voter's card, my name did not appear. No, that is why they are saying that if on that day you have not gotten that card, go to that polling station. If your card is not there, you use the receipt. If your name is on the wall, you vote. And therefore it becomes important that those who are going to be observers, please, it is your place to observe keenly so that we don't have irregularities. Because it becomes a situation that we want to have a free and fair elections in this country. It is the cry of Elekam, and it has always been the cry of the government. So when we say it can bring havoc, I don't actually buy with you, Shufa and Mr. Nick. I don't actually buy because I have taken part as on the side of the government and even on the side of Elekam. So I think
observing,
observing means you come and see how things are going. After the elections, when they finish, they bring the box in front of everybody. They ask you to see, and then they tally the vote, and they start counting to see that because they ask from all the representatives that were there. You are from so and so party, you are from this party, you are from this party. Okay, now Mr. A from party A, you stand ahead with a chalk and they are counting. Party 1 vote, party 2. At the final analysis, there is a procès verbal that you take your own home.
Everybody has, and one is handed to Elekam, and that is what Elekam now forwards. There are two of them, one for Elekam and one for the administration. Therefore, that is how elections have been run in this country.
Don't forget that in terms of contestation, it is the process of the Elekam that holds.
Remember, we are saying that so, no, it is in terms of contention when it comes to election in Cameroon. But the number one process that is supposed to hold is that of Elekam, because Elekam has a copy. But we are saying that when Elekam gives his own, this is my copy, you have your own. Therefore, you have your own signed by.
Because Elekam must also have a process about your signature.
With signature.
But if you does not have your signature, they
are always there. The signatures are always there. Party representative, you sign, Elekam signs, and at the end,
and the vote is tallied.
And that is what we are saying. The vote is tallied. So we are calling on Cameroonians that
how come your order you go home with it doesn't count?
No, the issue is like I understand this thing. We may not like it. We may not like it. But that's the law as it is now.
It is like that. And therefore, Mr. Javis, before maybe another speaker come in, I'm saying that we have the knife and the yam. And which is it? Your voter's card. Meaning that if you come on that day and you vote your candidate, you be there, monitor the counting till the end, so that you are going home satisfied that I actually vote for this person. And therefore, when the outcome of the results come now, you will be contented with the outcome of the result, because there is some sort of political apathy with Cameroonians. You don't participate. but you want to change.
And they are the first to start circulating result online, eh?
You are the first to start circulating
result online. But there is no vote.
This is misinforming Cameroonians. If we want a change, let us actively participate in the elections. Do all you can do to have your electoral card. Let me end there.
Mr. Waters appear watching us in Boya. Happy Sunday to you, Mr. Waters appear watching us in Boya. Show fire. Let me see maybe before coming to Nick. When you look at the Anglophone crisis, we'll be coming back to the issue of election. When you look at the Anglophone crisis, which among these, how do you get to trust a candidate who can actually live to the expectation if they win? What are the ingredients that voters should look for a candidate? Because everybody is saying that they will resolve the Anglophone crisis, including the incumbent.
Okay, I'll be I'm very happy for the question, and I would love to say that since everybody has discovered that there is something smelling in their house, and everybody wants to wash it, want to remove it, to clear it off. Now the question is, how do you clear it? The manner in which you are using to clear the dirt. So that there is one candidate that I've seen. I'm sorry about it, even though it's not yet time. There's one candidate I've seen. He can, from his own way of the way he's looking at his own things, how to heal this this crisis, the wounds of this crisis, is Cabral Libi. I've seen from his own point of view, his things that he's promising to do.
Communal liberalism.
Yes, liberalism. Federalism. So it shows that everything being equal, his own is still top ranking. For the level of curing.
What makes it top ranking?
I'm talking at the level of what he's preaching, what he's about to do, what he's putting in place, and how he's struggling to put more people together based towards solving the Anglophone crisis.
Okay, Nick Anu, what should be the unit of trust based on everybody now making promises? What should the Anglophone or Cameroonians identify that this person can actually keep the promise? Because everybody is saying that we'll solve the Anglophone crisis, including those who are campaigning on behalf of the incumbent seeking re-election.
The basis of trust is solving the Anglophone crisis is not something that is very, very complicated. It is not some kind of rocket science. It requires just political will to do that. And it requires somebody courageous to say no, somebody who takes the lives of Cameroonians and Cameroon at heart to do that. And among the candidates we've seen, I will not just pinpoint and say that this particular candidate, because you cannot actually differentiate.
No, I'm not saying particular. I'm just saying that what should be the unit that you can know, okay, this candidate can be trusted, this candidate can be trusted, or no, that you can actually identify the trustworthiness of a candidate. What should we watch out for? Is it their precedence? Is it what they have been doing?
You can. I don't think most of them have a precedence that you can count on, apart from the rhetorics that they give out to say they will do this, they will do that. Of course, those are just political witches. You cannot know or trust somebody when the person actually gains power. When the person gains power, he becomes a different somebody. And actually, when you gain power, when you're out of power, you don't know what is inside. When you get inside, there are certain things, there are certain realities that you see that it takes time to get used to them and adjust them. But the bone of contention is about the Anglophone crisis is an issue of a greater autonomy. Anybody who wants to be president of Cameroon is not talking about restructuring the state. Is not yes, or the form of the state is not worthy to be trusted, to be voted to be president of this country, because that's one of the highest problem of this country. The form of the state is and abide with the idea of the candidate of the SDF. I think their program is good about the form of the state. That of Cabral Libi is, to me, very philosophical, and is communal federalism. It might take a longer time to achieve that, but the person should be talking. At least we should be, if we can go to a certain level of federalism first before communal federalism, it will take some time to do that. It would take a radical change to bring that kind of federalism to Cameroon. Notwithstanding, his program is still good, but talking about a greater autonomy for Cameroon, for the regions,
but is communal liberalism not eroding the Bajurian, the bicultural nature of the people of the West and Cameroon, the East Cameroon?
It is. You cannot talk about federalism in Cameroon without taking into account the historical context, the historical, the past federalism that had been in place before. You cannot talk about a new federalism without taking that into account. If not, you create more problems for yourself than solve, and you're trying to solve them. Talking about merging, I think from his program, merging some divisions and subdivisions in terms of because they are culturally inclinated and so on and so on, is very, very difficult, because in as much as Cameroon is in terms of its social structure, we are more identified in terms on a daily basis, on a day-to-day activity as English speaking and French speaking.
Yes, on a general
basis, we are more identified. We are not more identified as maybe somebody coming from Furawa, or somebody coming from Wom, or somebody coming from
because this is, we are not identified especially the level of the pidgin English.
Yes, we are more identified sociologically as English speaking and French speaking in this country, and so you cannot, in order to bring about a federal structure, if you don't take this into account, you create more problems than you are trying to solve them.
But it's possible.
It is possible, but it's so tricky.
Maybe it's at the level of
No.
It's at the level of the candidate himself. If the candidate, I know it may take a time, but it will come to pass within a specific context. Like, for example, we have a 7-year mandate. How will this thing not come to pass? It will come to pass. Our problem here is us accepting what is in the field. If we generally accept that, okay, when we see a stone, we call it a stone. When we see another bread, we call it bread. So if that is the problem in Cameroon, if we could function like this, then all of us will be fine.
Yeah, of course, that's a human nature and politics. It's difficult to, politicians are people that will never see a stone and say it's a stone. So we have to take this kind of thing.
Like a stone.
Yes. I'm coming to you. So these kind of realities are. I think, to me, the program of the SDR about reform of the state is good. Give autonomy to the local level, the local councils. The respect. I think all of these things are even in the constitution.
Want to close that now?
It is constitutional just because
it's not applicable, but it's constitutional.
Just because the regime in place doesn't want to implement all of these things. Yeah, if they had implemented this thing to even a certain degree, we will not have this kind of problems about the Anglophone and the rest, or about the Anglophone problem and the rest. If you look at next door Nigeria, they went through a brutal civil war, more than what you can ever think of. Millions of people died, but that problem was temporarily solved. I say temporarily solved because the issue of Biafra agitation is still ongoing in Nigeria up to today. It was solved with the issue of autonomy, the creation of states, giving them the right to
elect
vote, their governors, their local government chairmen, and the rest.
Yes.
Yeah, if we can do that in Cameroon and bring the issue of, like, the issue of voting for mayors. Mayors should not only be voted by councillors.
Yes, but
mayors should be voted by the inhabitants of that locality. And same too with regional councillors and the rest. All of these things have to be corrected. When people feel belong, there is no way they will be agitating for autonomy. This issue of autonomy is because the government has shown in all its way that they are not ready to give autonomy to the people, because even what is written is not respected.
Okay.
The special status that was given to be like a panacea or the Anglophone crisis, nobody talks about it again. The government doesn't even talk about it again, and you don't even hear it from anybody. And the issue of regional councillors, it was just the other day when the decree to do regional elections came before. I was thinking that, are there even regional councillors in Cameroon?
Okay.
So it's very funny.
We're coming back to you. Good afternoon and happy Sunday to you all. The crisis we are talking about has been for 8 years now. It is not something strange. Some of these presidential candidates are using these Anglophones as tool to win the election, and the crisis continue. But the sad reality is that some of them have never been to the northwest and southwest region since the crisis started. It's now that they are Nicodemously entering the northwest and southwest region to show their love for the people of the northwest and southwest region. Good morning to you all in the studio. I am Mark Ebong from Boya. I had my voter's card since before the last election, which I used to vote in Bokwango, in Bongo 1 at Ikondo Titi subdivision, but now I am in Boya. I went to change my polling station. I re-registered and was given a receipt, but when I went to collect my voter's card last week, I was told my name is not on the list. I don't know if it is because I am an opposition, but I have no doubt in what the government can do. I rest my case. My friend, just please go back to Elekam, your regional branch. Go to Elekam, they will tell you what to do, and they will redistrict you to the area where you actually registered to vote. Please, it's not an issue whether you are in opposition or not. You know, human errors exist. People should not take human error and politicize it, because these are things that can cause tension, and people may say it's because I am an opposition. No, errors exist. Even in GC, but error exists. There are people who write GC whose name don't come out from the normal announcement, but then when they go to collect their slip, they see them passing. So it occurs. To err is human. Okay.
Even go to register in Elekam.
Yes.
Do they ask you that?
They are opposition.
I think that we say that I don't understand.
Good day, Mr. Javis, and happy Sunday to you all. In the studio, everyone is crying for peace to reign, but no one is crying for justice. The root cause of problems that all of us know is injustice. Once justice prevails, peace shall automatically reign. One of your panelists said the government is doing a lot to bring peace. He cited the employment of teachers. Let me ask him about the 100 alleged employed. How many were from the first restive regions? Not up to 5%. In 1992, a deep seaport was promised in Limbe prior for the election. Again in 2018, the same seaport was reassured prior to the election. But what did we get? A deep seaport in Kribi. A couple of months ago, the government told the people that Solara shall soon be repaired, and that it is impossible to construct a new refinery in Kribi to channel crude that comes from backwaters of Ndian and Faku to Kribi. A few weeks later, what did we see? A foundation stone for the construction of an ultra-modern refinery with a storage facility in Kribi. Is this not more than enough marginalization and provocation of the people? How can you have peace when one party to the contract always deceive? I am JN. Okay, this one is a greeting to you in the studio. From the talking point, presidential candidates can potentially deliver peace in the Anglophone region by engaging in unconditional dialogue with separatists and civil society, addressing historical grievances, promoting inclusive governance, and implementing security sector reforms, and investing in economic development initiatives that benefit the region, thereby building trust and working towards a mutual beneficiary solution. Ngunu Luis Etambe watching from Bamenda. This one says, good afternoon, Javi. The program is very good. When we rig election, it is not at the level of the voting point. It happens at the level where the results are no longer at the level of voting point. When that arranged result get to the Constitutional Council, nobody is able to decide on anything at that level other than the Constitutional Council. Whatever result that will be presented will just what had been presented to them. This is Samuel from Douala. Samuel, but the process is where you call it, there's a regional coalition center, and the signatures of the representatives are signed. To me, when we are talking about voters fraud and integrity, we should actually start questioning the polling agents, and also the polling agents is not only at the level of the polling station. Mr. Eja, you have monitored this. Oh, polling agent at the station, polling agent at the National Coalition Center, polling agent at the Regional Coalition Center. Every center has polling agent. As it's moving from each state, they have polling agent, and they keep the co-sign. So when people are talking about stealing, you should start holding the polling agents responsible, because how will you affix a signature if you don't agree? And so before you hold the government accountable, or those accountable, you should think about the integrity of the polling agent. I think it is high time to start looking at the integrity of polling agents and not pointing fingers at Elekam. This was a good afternoon, Mr. Javis, and everyone in the studio. Happy Sunday to you guys, and the program is very good one. My name is Ella, writing from Kumba. The crisis has only one way to be resolved, and one way is called the hard way, and the only way, which is two things from we see. If we really honest to ourselves to fix this country, prevent the people. Okay, the one way is dialogue, not a monologue again, and also two-state federation with two equal status is the way you think the crisis can be resolved. This was a happy Sunday, Mr. Javis, and to your cream of analysts. The past 6 months that I have registered in Elekam, I haven't received my voter's card. After checking my card for this long, please can you help send Elekam website so I can check there. This is Charles from Bonamusa. The Charles, go to www.elekam.cm. www.elekam.cm. When you go there, you can follow the procedure. This other one says, good afternoon, Javis and panelists. Please, it is only an Anglophone who can best serve the Anglophone matter. I see that can best serve the Anglophone matter. I am a person with disability. I am working strong in my community to empower my community, empowering presence with disability because they fit well in the shoe. This is Daddy Ambiance from Tico. Thank you, Daddy Ambiance from Tico. This one says, good afternoon, Javis. How can someone who is not an Anglophone solve the Anglophone problem? Who says, okay, okay. The message is gotten. Good afternoon to you all in the studio. I am Boris Official watching from Boya. All candidates are just singing, but song. We need action and not promises. You wanted to react.
No, my reaction was on the point of when I heard Mr. Nick talking about SDF, and then my brother talking about his own party. I was like laughing because you don't buy the finger that fits you. When I see you are like there are some leaders that they have said we are out of the government, some are still within the government, and they are pretending to have political parties. I begin to laugh. That's why somebody has said something there that it makes me feel comfortable with the person that I talk about. And you introduce me by saying that it's time that we also think that somebody that is from the place that is affected by this crisis should take power so that this person can meet the people concerned, talk one-on-one, and this thing will come to an end. That's why he has said, Akeremuna has said, that I am, first of all, you ask them, what is the manifesto? I am saying that the presidential mandate will be reduced, which is a cry that everybody in Cameroon is crying. Because if the presidential mandate is reduced, I don't think that when you just say reduce one and renew once, that is all. If you come the first term, you don't do well. Even if you struggle and cheat to take the second term, you will not continue again. So these are the things. The manifesto of my candidate is very rich, and I have said it is high time. The palace has always been speaking another language.
And your candidate says he's a transitional candidate?
Yes. It's somebody, he has said that I'll give you 100 days when I come in for you to have presidential briefings in Cameroon, something that has never happened in this country. Have you ever heard that there is a presidential briefing in this country? No, it does not. So let us not. It's somebody that has read.
We hear it now.
Yes.
We hear it every 31st of December.
No. When we talk about briefings in other countries, it's done regularly.
But that's our own way. We are unique.
Yeah, we are unique. Cameroon is a unique country, and that is why he has said 100 days. I'm going to give you accountability of what I have done. Therefore, it is not yet time for campaign. So I have not come here to say, but I'm saying that the crisis is something that we need to handle it with a lot of concern, because we are suffering, the country is suffering, our brothers and sisters in the northwest and southwest, they are suffering, to be candid, and people are dying. Some are not dying because of the direct killing, but some are dying because of hunger. Some are dying because the hospitals
have access to medical care.
They don't have access to medical care. Imagine that you had one central hospital in a village, and because of the crisis, the workers there, they have all gone away for fear of being killed. What happened to that locality? So if you want to actually analyze this crisis, Mr. Javis, you see that there is a need for us to have peace in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. The government is doing a lot. I have said they are doing, but I still feel a lot is not enough. We need to come now and say, since elections are coming, I think it will be a good thing for us to judge ourselves and say that Cameroon needs to change something. We need to change our reasoning. We need to change our way of looking at things, and we need to change that peace come back to the country. Thank you, Mr. Javis.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the next topic. You want to react?
You want to
Okay, react. No, it's a political platform.
Yes, time for certain
campaigns
to start coming out. I want to react by saying that it is not everybody that stays in their house that will know the problems of their house better. There are some people that stay out of their house and they know the problems of their house better. They can study and know what can come good from that house. I want to recall, let's go back a little bit into history. A pot that cooks good food does not mean that the pot should be the one that is clean outside. Everything is fine. Let me tell you, in relation to your own candidate that you claim, because he claims that he knows the problems of the people and he can solve the problem of the people, and he's coming from the same house. What I'm saying is that he has a good ideology, but his good ideology needs to go with diplomacy. There is another one that goes with these very ideologies and goes with diplomacy. And Mr. Javis, I must not end without telling you that I've observed Cameroon politics to become a very dirty game. Why am I saying that it's a very dirty game? It's a game that somebody has something now, and tomorrow you will be talking about a different thing. And Cameroonians are very good when it comes to black, and they can give reasons to tell you that it is white.
So your own candidate is the one that
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that my own candidate is like that, but I'm saying that my own candidate was a Cameroonian, but decided to come out from Cameroon system and do something that will help Cameroonians. Who am I talking of? Cabral Libi.
Okay, thank you, sure, fine. Thank you. Nick, Ranches Collet, on the eve of to Ranches Collet, you are a parent. How ready what are some of the challenges that you see that this new school year could face, especially in the northwest and southwest region?
The challenges are already there, especially with the announcement of by the supposed state-armed groups of a school blockade or school blockage, and the lockdowns and the rest, and this is already a challenge to the effective start of the next school year that begins tomorrow. And it may be difficult for schools to actually resume tomorrow effectively in all parts of the Anglophone region because of these lockdowns. And it is already a challenge beside the general challenge of lack of means by parents and the rest, because those who live in the Anglophone region, they are actually trying. They're actually trying, because it's not easy. It's not easy to survive there, because imagine you're a businessman and your business is you lock down your business for a week, for a week or two without opening your business. I mean, this is a lot of losses, that these people face on a daily basis. And remember that school reopening, the kind of businesses that business people do most of their turnovers, but during school resumptions and the rest. So when the businesses are locked down, it is a kind of very difficult on the part of the parents and the rest. So we are just praying that people should be more vigilant, and they should prioritize safety, and they should try as much as possible to be safe. Don't find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then stay with the wrong people. Yeah, actually. So just try to be wise and be safe wherever you are.
Okay, Mr. Ezia, you are a teacher. How ready are you people for this next academic year?
You see, we are ready. Most of the schools, they have gotten their meeting to maybe dish out pedagogic instructions and all the like. With teachers in my schools that I'm teaching, we are ready. But when it comes to our brothers in the Northwest and Southwest region, we see that there are still challenges there, that we want to say it cannot be 100% school resumption there. We know there are some schools there, from what you people have been showing here in your news even, there are some schools that have actually been abandoned. And some villages that people have abandoned, their children are no more staying there. So we cannot talk of effective school resumption in those areas. So like my brother has said, I want to say, with the news that is coming behind the scene, we should stay safe. Life has no duplicate. Life has no duplicate. So education will always be there. We are not saying that we want to support that, but those places that we see that they are not very secure, government, we should try that security should come there. And when you see it is not secure, please stay safe. With us in the littoral region, under the control of my Shufai here, is a big hand in teaching, is of the state, because I used to tell people that the government should at least hear the cry of those of the private sector, because the way the proprietors or school owners, they are giving us catechist salaries, I think the government should at least put an eye.
Where is the catechist salary? Some catechists in some dioceses now, not anywhere there.
No, but we know at first.
Yeah,
before when they talk of catechist salary, you imagine what.
Because some in dioceses we are earning 100,000.
That is one of it's just because we are not in a program that concerns something of that nature. I want to actually say that the Bishop of Boya, his Lordship Bishop Bibi, is doing much, because I learned from a colleague there that in a meeting that he had with the teachers, yes, he actually called for the increment of their salaries, yes, within that meeting. I think it's a laudable effort that I feel all the other dioceses in Cameroon should copy. And why not the private sector? Because when I say catechist salary, my brother on the other hand, you hold it that there are teachers in Douala that their salary is not up to 100,000.
You are even calling 100,000. You are not even calling 50,000.
Up to 50,000. How do they survive? How do these people survive? And we are talking about rentrée scolaire. These very people, they are parents, they have children to send to school.
So you are saying that it's like the government has abandoned the private teachers, the mercy of their employers.
That is what I'm saying, because it is deplorable within the sector. Please, it is deplorable. Because there's a communique, I think it's from the Ministry of Secondary Education, that they are going to close down schools and things like that. It's not all about closing down schools. It's also seeing how the teachers in that sector, they are treated. Thank you, Javis.
Okay. So far, how ready are the teachers and also parents? What also could be the challenges for this new academic year?
Thank you so much for the question. I want to believe that knowledge is power. When you get knowledge, when you have knowledge, you can easily break a problem ahead of you. So I urge all Cameroonians to go to school. there's nobody that can succeed with that school. But there's another thing that is very important that I must say here. We have challenges, and the challenges that we have at the level of the parents is that of acquiring school needs. The challenges that we also have at the level of the students is that of being in school and being in school. What do I mean? Some students go to school, but they are not school students. Another challenge that we have is at the level of what my brother is saying there. It is what they take away home that is attributed to teachers. We don't only look at the level of the state. We don't only look at the level of the mission schools. We don't only look at the level of the private schools, but we look at it at general level. Every teacher in Cameroon is crying. I quite remember I graduated with one colleague who was from Chad. The colleague presently, his salary, they started, let me just say it in quotes, the salary, starting salary was 422,000 francs. Yes, as you just come out from school, training school. And then you don't have to talk about it, because if I mention what is happening here, you will be thinking that we are maybe in the lion's den. In the lion's den where everything, you are not careful, the lion can even cut off your head. So I was just saying that we are, Mr. Javis, we are a little bit very, almost 80% prepared, and at the level of getting our pedagogic materials, pedagogic information, documents that we need for the school year to run successful. But there is still something. When you go to the market, when you stand in the streets, you don't see the place is not booming as it was in our days. We were very anxious to go to school. We used to pray that let the 3 months go office fast so that we can go back to school. You see the parents, they are not even interested. Books are not even well sold. You don't see many people crowded buying books. You just see people crowding themselves in where they can take 1 month for the road. And they have been doing so.
Thank you very much, Show 5, for coming.
Thank you, sir.
It's a privilege to have you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Of course, Nick Ano, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me. We look forward to more interesting programs about the elections.
We are moving towards campaigns. Will be officially launched hopefully in under 2 weeks from now, 1 week from now, because it is within 2 weeks. That should be around the 13th of September. So we look forward to have you guys regularly on the panel. Thank you very much also for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Javis. It's my pleasure.
And to the peace-loving people of the Northwest and the Southwest region, those of you watching us from different parts of the world, I want to thank you all for participating and watching. And this program will rebroadcast today at exactly 10:30 p.m. So 10:30 p.m. you have a rebroadcast of this program. It will be on our YouTube channel, BT Media Group, on our YouTube channel. You can also follow it there, and also on my Media Prime TV YouTube channel. So we have 2 YouTube channels. We have BT Media Group or My Media Prime. Subscribe to both and be following our program. In case you want to be a member or a panelist of our program, you can contact me on the numbers that were on your screen, 676-431-384. I want to seize this opportunity to wish you, Mr. Nyam Robert, and your wife, Mr. Madam Juan, and also your children, Kayla, Mayra. A happy Sunday to you, Mr. Nyam, and also to you, Mr. Agbo Charles in Canada. Happy Sunday to you too, my very good friend, Mr. Agbo Charles, and Papa J in DC. Happy Sunday to you. No matter the matter, what matters is your matter. And what should matter for you this day is that you should stay out of trouble. My name is Tah Mai Javis, Camus Commercial Capital, Douala Fengu, Jombange. On to meet again. Bye bye.